you about a couple that feels like they have climbed and climbed and gotten through a lot of difficult challenges and obstacles. But the fact that they've been dedicated to each other or really focused on making this partnership work enables them to find this situation that is very peaceful and harmonious. They feel like they've finally been able to carve out their own existence and begin their life together. So, this could be about a couple that is working towards marriage or living together, but very healthy connection, which I'm excited about. So, let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chanting. Oh, we just a little bit more. There we go. I hope you're having a good day so far. Hello, famous Seamus. How are you doing? Hello, Amex. How are you? If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member, because I know you want some more content. I make more shorts, more videos, and I even do personal readings for those in the towers, which is the highest tier. So let's start off with some love oracle information. This will have that emotional insight, right? I'm glad to hear that. I'm doing well. What do we have? Elusive, dishonesty, trickery, karma, consequences, cause and effect, debts, beginnings, start over, try again, new direction. So this feels like a couple that has overcome a difficult start to their relationship. There could be that, someone within the two of them, one of them had to deal with this pride or this arrogance, but it's more so coming through as maybe these two moved elsewhere or decided to draw some pretty serious boundaries around them to deal with a family member or maybe even a friend or an ex that was not being respectful of boundaries to begin with. Hello, Mavis. How are you doing? Hello, Key Controller. Hello, James. What's up? This is the Morgan Greer. So I feel like there's someone here who has been difficult or tried to cause problems for this relationship. And this is probably the person that has the ego. This is someone who doesn't seem to have a lot to do, so they like to mess with other people. So they just need a hobby, right? But even though there have been attempts to get the Bonnie and Clyde couple to no longer connect or like defend the relationship, these attempts have failed. The Bonnie and Clyde couple, they are starting somewhere else, away from this person who has caused problems in their life. Hey, I don't know if you know how this works, Leva, but if you don't like a channel, then that usually means you go elsewhere. Hello, Passionate. How are you doing? Hello, Skull and Bones. You like my skeleton? Welcome. Hey, Andy. What's happening? Are you expecting it to be all an illusion, or maybe it's just like AI or something? You've got the Ace of Cups, Queen of Swords, Empress in the reverse. Okay, so this is looking like, with Empress in the reverse, this could be like a meddlesome mother-in-law type. This could be a sibling that is really judgy on what you do with your life. But we have a boundary set in place between the outside world, probably family, could be friends, and this couple. Like, hey, you're entitled to your decision. You're entitled to your opinion. But just because you don't think that we should be together doesn't mean that we're not going to be. So we might have some very particular ideas from this parent or sibling individual as to what type of person they should be dating, right? This Queen of Swords. No. Hello, Nira. How's it going? Hello, Katana. Hello, Matt. Hello, Aaron. Hello, Banerjee. How are you doing? Hello, Spose. Hello, Samri. This is a general collective reading, yes? Hello, Spirit Walker. How are you doing? Hello, Dominique. I will do personal questions at the end of this reading if we reach $15 in tips, and priority to those who tip, but I do like to do some freebies as well. Hello, Adrienne. Hello, Martin. Hello, Dr. V. Thank you. Hello, Candace. So we've got someone here with the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Ooh, or sorry, Two of Pentacles in the upright, Six of Wands in the reverse, that didn't want you and this love interest to feel like everything was working out. They wanted to throw as much drama and as much criticism your way as possible to make it difficult for you all to have a happy existence. This could be an ex, right? I don't want you to be happy because I haven't given up hope that that person's going to choose me over you. Take the energy how it resonates, but it is definitely a third party who doesn't want the two of you to be together, right? So looking to cause this heartache, don't want you to be in a relationship. Hierophant in the reverse. Hello, Mac. How are you doing? And little Tor, that's not what my gift is for, but I appreciate your passion for the sport. Hello, August. How are you doing? We've got the Moon, the Two of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. I don't care what you want me to think. I don't care what you tell me about this person that I love. I can tell that you are trying to cause drama, and I'm going to hold on to this person that I love. I'm not going to fall for your little tricks, right? Hello, Boomy. Welcome back. I'm in Tennessee. Hello, Ruby. Hello, Brian. Happy-ish, you're welcome, but we're gonna keep these comments a little bit more mature, right? So a little baby timeout for a reminder, right? Yeah, thank you for liking the video. We've got the Five of Pentacles, the Page of Rods, which is the Page of Wands, and the Page of Cups in the reverse. What do I have to do to get this relationship to break up? Because I feel left out. Whether they want to be with you romantically or not, we have somebody who feels like your relationship needed to end because it was getting in the way of what I want and what I need. So this could be a very demanding family member or an ex, like I said, but remember there's also plenty of situations where close friends get agitated because they feel like maybe even a little bit of abandonment if you're spending a lot more time with this love interest versus the friend that maybe you used to be a little bit more social with. Hello, Julia. Thank you, Mavius. Hello, SG. Welcome. Oh, I hope you get that back. Hello, Michael. What's going on? Oh, we have to tell the premise first if you want to figure out a title, don't you think? So this person who has tried to cause drama in your relationship is someone who deals with insecurity. They don't feel like they could have the kind of connection that the two of you have, whether or not they've really ruminated on that or realized that's what they're frightened or frustrated by. This is somebody who may really only see relationships or have experienced relationships that were built on lust or some sort of physical connection, which may make them uniquely incapable of causing disruption in your relationship, because I don't feel like yours is built on that kind of connection. I feel like it's a deeper connection, an emotional connection. So they may really struggle trying to create some sort of wedge here between the two of you because they don't understand your connection, right? I do not know. Hello, Respects Women. How are you doing? Hello, Tarot by Nature. I hope you're having a good day. Yep. Hey, Chris, I assume you're talking about your disrespectful comment. So, yes, I will take it off. If you'd like to come back around and be respectful, you're welcome. There's some pretty cool people in the live chat. But you have to be respectful of me. I know. It's asking so much. So much. But I'm not going to change that point. So, hello, Tom. How are you doing? Hello, Aries. How are you doing? Did I say hello to Key Controller? Hello. Hello, Guru. How are you? This is the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. We've got the High Priestess, the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, and Strength coming out again. That was the last one we had from the Morgan Greer as well. We could have some Leo popping through in your birth chart, right? But this is, to me, more so saying whatever this person has tried to attack your relationship, you know, the connection that you have with your love interest, they have underestimated how close the two of you are, and I think they completely misunderstand your connection because they haven't been a part of something like this, where you may even be a little bit telepathic with each other, right? You don't have to necessarily vocalize things, you just know what's going on, right? Hello, John. How are you doing? Hello, Drew. Hello, Mr. Amorous. What's going on? Hello, Brooklyn. Two of Wands in the reverse. 10 of Swords in the reverse and the 6 of Swords in the reverse. Wow. Yeah, this is like, what can I do? If there's anything that would potentially cause problems for you, I'm going to send it your way. So you might have had people trying to talk about you in a negative way, gossip, spreading rumors, maybe even people that were just trying to like hit on you or your person, try to make it seem like there was no chance of fidelity between the two of you, but they didn't seem to realize that the love that the two of you share is not just like the superficial kind or the, you know, I like the attention I get from this person. There's a lot that you have in common. Hey, Joshua, I appreciate your enthusiasm for your beliefs. I'm putting you in a little baby time out just because we do have a lot of people that like to use those beliefs to judge others. You are welcome in the live chat, but I want to make sure we stay on topic, okay? Hello, Eli. How are you doing? Hello, Monica. Hello, Selena. Hello, Mountain Man. Sending you love and a big ol' hug. Hopefully some healing energy finds you soon. Hey, Voyager. How are you doing? SG asks, how do I read the cards? Individual or astrological sign? I pick up on energy without tying it to an astrological sign. I will mention them as I just did earlier with Leo when they come through pretty strong. But in general, I feel like that might be a little bit too segmented. I do have astrological sign based readings on my page and playlists that will help you find those. But in most cases, it's a general reading. And then at the end, I like to, especially with the mobile ones anyways, take personal questions if we reach $15 in tips. So with this particular reading, we've got the Nine of Pentacles and the reverse, which is, again, that kind of ineptness or the block for this prideful individual feeling like they could take you out of this relationship or cause enough drama to end this relationship. They didn't really do their homework. They didn't really look at how this is really something you protect and the both of you are invested. The Nine of Wands talks about something that you are defensive or protective of. And I feel like this, I guess it's a devil up at the top. This is somebody who, like, they could see in, but they didn't really understand what they were looking at, right? Hey, Noah, that's totally fine. You can have your own opinion, but I'm going to remove you from the live chat. I encourage you to be a little bit more positive in life. Hello, Titan. How are you doing? It's kind of like saying, man, I really hate this donut. Well, stop eating it then. So we've got the Hermit and Temperance. Really beautiful energy here. Not just saying that, you know, I found somebody that's really attractive or they live on the right block, so it's convenient to see them. This is saying I worked on myself as a hermit, right? So the two people in this relationship have worked on themselves, gone through healing and difficulty on themselves. And then when they come together, when they start to date, there is this lovely like peace and harmony between the two of them because of the work they've put in on themselves. So again, this is building a really strong foundation in their relationship. So if you're trying to cause drama for them, you're gonna get frustrated because they know how to communicate and they know whether or not to believe rumors. There's genuine trust between the two of them. Thank you, Control. How are you doing? Hello, Shreya. So Four of Wands, this is a relationship destined for marriage if they are not already married or living together. They could be walking away from this kind of overly dramatic social situation to a place where they're able to live together and the drama is less obvious or present. Because I do feel like with this Ace of Pentacles being in the reverse, there is a cost here. If we're going to be together, if we're going to live together, maybe what we need to do is get away from the, you know, meddling family or the people who don't seem to approve of us. Because the truth is that this is the relationship I choose for myself, right? If that means I have to have a little bit of distance from the family that doesn't approve, then I guess that's what they've chosen. This is the Love Tarot. Oh, you totally can. Thank you. Hello, Reese. How are you doing? Hello, McLush. How are you doing? Hello, Ara. What up, Bedlam? So we've got Let Me Go. I feel like this is what is said to the person who wants to meddle in the relationship, which could indicate that it's more of an ex, right? Take the energy how it resonates, but this is somebody who is saying, you know, I know what I deserve and I don't know that it can happen here. We've got someone saying that you deserve the best, right? Live your life, let me go. So I do think that we have this kind of clingy energy from the past, be it family or an ex, that didn't want to accept these two had found their happily ever after. Part of the reason this person is mad or a little bit destructive towards this relationship is because they themselves do not have a romantic relationship. Are they in one? Possibly, but they don't feel happy in it, right? Hello, Carrie. What's going on? And then we have This Isn't Goodbye. I don't want to walk away, but it's what's best for me and us right now. I feel like this is, I'm leaving town. I'm going to, you know, adventure on my own with my love interest, right? And I feel part of the reason that there is a departure is because if I stay in this neck of the woods, I don't feel like I'm supported by the people, right? Oh, I know. I absolutely agree, SG. The artwork is a big part of it for me. Hey, Johnny, how you doing? I hope you're having a good day. All right, let's see. This is the Jack-o'-lantern tarot. What else do we have? We've got the Ten of Wands and Death. Yeah, this feels like I've done what I needed to in terms of like saving up money or figuring out where I could live or move to. But there's significant change and I feel like it's two people going elsewhere. I don't think we want to stay around here. This has been kind of stressful dealing with this person. So let's start something new. Page of Pentacles, a new chapter, a dream realized. We've always wanted to live closer to the ocean or by the mountains. So why not now? You know, if we've got everything that we need, if we've saved up, if we've got, you know, an apartment picked out, then why would we stay here around this influence that wants to see our relationship end or wants to see us unhappy, right? Time to build something new for ourselves. So this King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups energy is, I feel, the person who is communicating to this proud individual from the past, ex or family member, you're going to have to let me start a different life. You're going to have to find something else to do with your life because we're not going to be sticking around here. And I encourage you to, you know, find something else to do with your time. And some of you may also decide you don't deserve to be put in that situation, or that this person doesn't deserve to get an update. I do feel like it's best to not let this person know where you're going. High Priestess, Three of Cups. Three's a crowd. I know what you've been up to. I know you've been gossiping. I know you've been trying to make things difficult. So I'm going to take action and make change in my life by separating away from whoever this drama queen is, or this individual that wants to cause problems. Hello, and you? What's up, Laura? Hello, Sean. I mean, at least you're original, but I'm going to put you in a little baby timeout so you can think about what you've done. Thank you, SG. I appreciate that. The lips of wisdom are closed except to the ears of understanding. Oh, I love that. Let me know if you want a question answered at the end, but I do appreciate that. Thank you. Hello, Roland. How are you doing? Praying Mantis, did you retract your message because it was similar to the one I just deleted? Hello, Mads. Ah, dude, that's great. Hello, Jay. How's LA today? I hope it's cooling down. It's finally starting to cool down here. I want to wear my t-shirts again, you know? My sweatshirts. I miss them. We have the Eight of Pentacles. This, I feel, is a reference to a new job or someone who is able to create change, start a new chapter in their life because of the work they've done, right? I've laid the groundwork for moving to a different city, finding a different job, finding a different place to live, getting the car checked out, right? I did all the things I needed to, and now I'm getting out of here because I don't want to deal with your crap anymore. I don't know if they're actually saying that to somebody, but I do feel like that is a major reason why we have some new life starting and escaping to a better place, right? Hello, Illuminati. How are you doing? Hey, HIM. I think you should actually ask people whether or not that's a feature in their life before making assumptions, right? Leverage those beliefs to connect with people instead of push them away. That would be my advice to you. So we've got Vessel and Create with Serendipitous. Ooh, I like that a lot. That's a very positive combination in terms of that change that we're talking about, right? We've got body, nutrition, nourishment, wholesome, and health. So we could have better choices being made with regards to health. But I feel like this is primarily about mental health. You know, if you're dealing with a group of people that are not very respectful, whether it's a workplace or a family or social community, then that can really wear on your mental health to the point where it starts to impact your physical health. So I feel like we have someone that's realizing, you know, if I make this change in my life, it's going to impact a bunch of different things, right? It also enables someone to focus a little bit more on the artistic or creative expressions that they enjoy. So maybe it's, I'm moving somewhere where I can surf, and that's what I really want to do. I'm moving somewhere where I can focus on my dance, maybe even open a dance studio. Whatever it is, this is moving towards the right place or the right time for both of these individuals to be able to like carve out the existence that they want, build the life that they want, and not have to be limited by the people around them, right? Hello, Raze. How you doing? Thanks, Johnny. Hey, Armando. You actually can do that yourself, you know. Hello, Tim. I'm sending you some wonderful, like Ace of Wands energy, which talks about new beginnings. I hope you have a wonderful start to that next chapter. All right, this is the energy oracle. Let's see what else we've got for you. Oh, you're so sweet. I bet you're inspiring people by what you're doing. What else do we have? That's funny. So we've got yin and yang. This is that temperance energy that we saw earlier. Not just the sense that the couple that we're talking about here are really well aligned to each other. They have, great communication skills. They bring different things to the table, right? I can't help but think of how this aligns to My Cousin Vinny because I watched that last night. It's such a good movie. And of course, there's bickering that happens between, oh God, what's his real name? The fake Jerry Gallo or Kahlo. What's his real name? Gambini, that's what it is. And then his girl's name was Mona Lisa Vito, I believe. They might have looked a little bit strange as a couple, but they worked so well together. And throughout the whole movie, Lisa's character is trying to be helpful. What can I do to help you in this case, right? Yes, Joe Pesci. And that is what I see with this Bonnie and Clyde couple. Maybe we're not perfect individuals. Maybe we still got things we need to work on. Maybe I cuss too much. Maybe I shouldn't, whatever. But when it comes to working together, they find a way to make it. And I think they learned a lot about each other in that movie, right? This is saying we figure it out maybe as we go, but we communicate and we find a way. So I think this is indicative of being able to work as a team and identify what would be better for them. And this yin and yang is also, I feel like, about the environment, like maybe we just don't fit in here. Maybe this isn't where we're meant to be, right? Hello, Blind 13K. How you doing? Hello, Hebe. Hello, sad man. What makes you come into people's live chat and try to be mean? I'm still smiling. I'm gonna put you in a little baby timeout with other babies, okay? And if you want to come back around and be nice to people, you're welcome to do that, okay? So the last couple cards from this energy oracle are the all tied up card and the cornucopia, which I really like because this is saying if I'm in a situation where I don't feel like I can live the life that I want to, or there are people who are trying to ruin my relationship, where could I find this cornucopia? Where could I find the abundance that I want in my life? I know. And then we have people that are actually moving towards that. I've always wanted to live by the ocean, or I've always wanted to live in Vegas, whatever it is, I'm going to go there, right? And if the people around me don't like it, whatever, so be it. They have their own life to live, right? Hello, Ishika Kashuka? Nope, I think I missed an L. Hold on, I want to try this. Ishikashuka? Did I do it? I like saying names the right way, but I'm afraid I might have messed that one up. Hello, Random Duck. Hello, Madison. How's it going? I have not visited India, but I would love to, primarily because there's, from what I understand, a lot of culture. What is it, like 47 or 49 different languages in India? I also think it's rad that you have a time zone that is half an hour off from the rest of the world. Like, way to just do your own thing. But also butter chicken is like my favorite thing. I love butter chicken. I want like legit butter chicken. Hey, Control, if you could stop posting the same thing, I would really love that. I'm also going to send you some healing energy. I'm sorry to hear about your story. If we reach $15, I will do personal questions for you, but I will also be back later today. Oh, I hope that changes for you soon, SG. Hello, Mystic Realm. How are you doing? So we have the King of Pentacles or the King of Rings. And this is stability, right? Being able to build the home that you want, wanting to be able to make a reasonable amount of money. Maybe the job market is a little bit frustrating with the Knight of Cups in the reverse. I feel like there could be an industry issue, right? Well, maybe I could work in this town if I had the right connections or if a couple of people would retire. But if I move to a bigger city, I have more opportunity, more ability to get the type of offer that I'm looking for. So we could have somebody that's eyeing a bigger city because of the job market. We've got the Two of Rings or Two of Pentacles in the reverse and the High Priestess in the reverse. I know that some people don't want me to do this, or some people are causing some craziness around here, so it feels logical or like I'm being drawn to this other location where I feel like I could be more successful and I would also have a more like peaceful existence, right? Hello, Marinova, how are you doing? What else do we have? Judgment. Page of Rings or Page of Pentacles. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. I appreciate you. Oops, let me write that down real quick. Am I going in a positive direction? I have got more things to work on. I would think there's almost always something we can work on, right? But I definitely want to help you with that. In positive direction. And then we'll see, is there something in particular that, like maybe there's an obstacle that we can identify for you, right? Thank you, Rebecca. All right, what else do we have? Page of Cups, Ace of Wands. Yeah, I mean, look, with the Page of Rings or Page of Pentacles coming out again, we were talking about a dream being realized or somebody being able to go somewhere they've always wanted to be. Maybe this is a place that you've always wanted to be and you've never really felt like things would work out. Maybe it's something that is more realistic because you're operating with two incomes. But I do feel like there is this other location that you're eyeing with a sense of, if me and my loved one go there, we could, you know, start a different life. We could make some more money. We could, you know, be away from the judgmental folks in my family or the ex that seems to be obsessed. This is just kind of like over there, everything's going to be better. Hello, Sarazawa. How are you doing? Hello, Christine. I hope you're having a good day. Sending you some healing energy. Christine, I have done a reading recently. Ooh, I wish I knew the name of the reading. That was talking about mother wounds. Realm of Bedlam, I don't know, because you're freaking awesome. If you have any way to help me figure that one out, but I feel like you enjoyed that reading. I don't know. But Christine, I do feel like there's one in like the last week or so that would be pretty helpful for you. I usually have the little blurb right at the beginning of the reading that tells you what's going on, so that might help. Hello, DPS, how are you doing? Hello, Madison, how are you doing? Realm of Bedlam, was there any chance that you remember in like the last week there was a reading I did on mother wounds and like the relationship with a parent in particular? I think if I go back, I could probably look at it, but since you're in the live chat, if you have any chance to like look through and you might know, I would appreciate it, but don't feel like you have to. My laptop's over there. I could probably look at it, but then I have to get up from my table and I'm really lazy. All right, let's do a couple more minutes of this and then we're gonna dive into Rebecca's question. Hey, Ishi Kashukla. I am happy to do a couple of questions here. We have reached the $15 mark that I was trying to go for, but I would ask that folks be at least chatting other things and not repeating the same thing over and over again, okay? So we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse and the Tower in the reverse with Temperance in the reverse. This is that person from the past. They find out that you're making plans or that you've already moved, and they feel like their power over you has been greatly diminished or even completely like ruled out. There's nothing they can do now to impact your relationship. They don't have the ability to mess with you like they used to. So this is an absolutely great call because it's like two birds, one stone, right? You're able to move away from negative energy, but you also move towards a place where there's more opportunity for you as well. All right, let's dive into the personal questions. We're going to start with Rebecca as far as, am I going in a positive direction? And is there something else I need to be working on? Is Rebecca headed in the right direction, in a positive direction? Yes. Two of Pentacles, Five of Swords in the reverse, King of Cups in the reverse. So Rebecca, what it's showing me is that you have been making things more stable or creating more balance in your life. This could be specific to money, but I feel like it's also with regards to like mental health. Who are you connecting with or hanging out with, right? And with the Five of Swords in the reverse, I see you moving away from self-sabotaging behavior, in particular with regards to relationships. We've got the King of Cups in the reverse, so I do feel like there have been too many emotionally immature people that you have allowed into your sphere. Too many people who maybe didn't know how to communicate, that now you're just kind of like able to walk away from that and not let that kind of energy impact you like it used to. Hey Jack, I see you being rude in the live chat, and I'm going to ask you to remember that whatever energy you put out into the universe is what you get back. So if you're in the live chat telling people that they're not special, I don't care if it's me or somebody else, you're going to get that energy right back to you. So I've put you in a baby timeout. I hope you can mature in a couple minutes here and approach the conversation in a friendlier way. Otherwise, plenty other places in YouTube for you. Okay. Yes, I agree with Mads. Thank you, Realm of Bedlam. I appreciate you so much. Okay, so who was it that was talking about that? Trying to remember her name. Christine. Christine, if you check out the reading called Why is Everybody Always Picking on Me? I feel like that would resonate for you. Anybody really out there that has dealt with a parent of theirs possibly being narcissistic or not really doing right by their obligation to parent, you might want to check out that reading. Again, it was called Why is Everybody Always Picking on Me? Thank you so much, Rama Bedlam. I appreciate you. If Rama Bedlam, if you have a question you would like me to ask, please let me know. I would be happy to do that for you. Rebecca also asked, is there like work that is still needing to be worked on or healing, right? We've got the Queen of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, King of Swords in the reverse. This is about your confidence. So Rebecca, I see that there are very many beautiful things about you that you may be kind of downgrade in your mind, or you don't really lean into those beautiful things about you. So what I encourage you to do is spend more time doing things that add to that confidence. If you're able to do more with regards to some physical activity. Maybe you're a great dancer. Maybe you really enjoy biking. There's something here that builds your confidence for you so that you are at less risk of dealing with narcissists or people who are really just kind of negative and maybe even energy vampires. So work on that. Trust your intuition. It'll guide you. Let me see. Oh, I'm so proud of you, Rebecca. Well done. And then, comfortable talking to me about it. I've done a lot. Oh, okay. I see you're talking to Christine. No questions. All right. You're awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hello, Sagar. How are you doing? Hello, Wega. How are you? So Mini Nova says, what would happen if you rebuilt a burnt bridge with someone with immature energy, and when once they meet, they are still in the same energy? I think that's how a lot of people end up with repeating cycles where you're expecting or hoping for a different outcome or a more respectful connection with someone, but they end up having the same mistakes being made. They haven't really addressed maybe the insecurities or the fears that make them run away from those connections, right? So that's why they say it's important to love yourself first, because that's where you're going to act on a different level, right? You have respect for yourself, then that generally means you also have respect for others. Hey, Boomy, I explained that to you on the last reading, sweetheart. So basically, when we're in this format where it's almost like we're FaceTiming, then I take personal questions once we hit the $15 mark. We have reached that, so I am taking those questions. But when you see me in the kind of like further off, where I'm recording with a real laptop and camera, then those I like to be a little bit more focused on the reading. Hey, Lee, how are you doing? Do you have a question? I hope you're enjoying your vacation. Random Duck would like to know, can I trust Zane? Yes. This is someone who has, it feels to me like their perspective is, I'm working really hard to be the type of person that I need to be or to do right by you, because I know how difficult it would be if I lost you. So this is somebody who, it's like I'm policing myself, right? Like, was that right? Did I say that? Should I do this differently? That kind of thing. Hello, Sam. How are you doing? Hey, Sagar. I don't really do the health readings. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, Lee, I'll pull a couple cards for you. I'm so glad you're on that vacation. What do we have for Lee, please? We've got the Fool, the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. Lee, this feels to me that there is some fresh energy or new energy with regards to your love connection, right? The relationship seems to be struggling a little bit, but there is a conversation that happens and you're being encouraged to take the like softer approach, or not necessarily like avoid accountability, but make sure that there's enough frosting to accommodate the cake. Do you know what I mean? If we're talking about something serious, I want to make sure you understand how this is important to me because of how much I care about you. So I do feel like there's an important conversation, but it's happening at the right time because there's been an ability to kind of let go of the old energy, right? Hello, FBI. How are you doing? I should have known you'd be here eventually. Hello, Michael. How are you doing? Hello, MJ. What's going on? We've got, should I quit my job? With the Knight of Pentacles and the reverse and the Page of Swords, this is looking like no, at least not for the time being. There's definitely a little hiccup or an obstacle here, but I feel like there's going to, with the Page of Swords, be a conversation amongst leadership or other people that you deal with that improves a situation. So I do feel like this is great to see, because so often it's the opposite, right? I do feel like there's a problem being resolved within your workplace that may make things a little bit more tolerable for you. Yes, that's correct, Bedlam. It's the difference of whether or not I'm using my laptop or my phone. It's treated differently in the algorithm by YouTube, so there's a higher volume of people with this setup versus the laptop, which is why I do that here. Hello, Claude. My name's Carmen. You can call me that. Hey, Thor. Welcome back with your threats. I'm going to put you in a timeout again. You are welcome to be a part of this collective, but you're going to have to be a little bit nicer, okay? Hello, Ray. How are you doing? You should do what you want to do, right? All right, I will take one more question. What else do we have? Let's get this one. Oh, do you, Ray? Not the male ones, though, huh? Hello, Leave Me. How's it going? Gerline is asking, is there any guidance in love? Let's see what we've got. We got the Ten of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Emperor in the reverse. Gerline, what I see for you is that there is some sort of closure or ending here. And I see you walking away from somebody who is unable to, it's like, I don't have power over certain things in my life, so I want to exert power over other people. So you may be frustrated by this person in terms of feeling like they don't have their life together, but they like to tell you how to live your life, or they like to judge other people for that. I see you walking away from this, and this opens up an opportunity for you to be in a romantic connection. This doesn't have to be like an ex. This could be like a controlling family member, bad friend kind of thing. But I see you letting go of one thing, and it opens up space for love in the future. So if you feel like you need to walk away or go no contact with somebody, then I would advise you to follow that intuition. All right, so Boomy, did you have a question? How about, Boomy, since you've been trying to figure it out, I'm going to pull some cards for you, okay? Oh, you're so welcome, Gerline. Hello, Lemon. How are you doing? What do we have for Boomy, please? Death in the reverse, Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, the Chariot, the King of Wands, and the Hierophant in the reverse. So I feel like there's something here that you have been trying to get to work, trying to get to, I don't know, is this actual work or is this something with a person? It feels like you're being asked to kind of like pull back a little bit. So if this is a romantic connection, then it's like you're too accessible, too available, too quick to answer. If you pull back a little bit and give them the opportunity to pursue you, then you might be able to create a little bit of that draw, right? If this is about finances, this is saying you might need to be reinvesting your time and your energy in a different place. And this would enable you to move forward or become much more successful. So think about where you're investing your time or how you're investing your time, because I feel like you have a lot of power and a lot of magic. It's just misplaced. So you may have to be a little bit unconventional with how you do things, but I feel like you're about to figure out like the key or like the success that you need is right around the corner. You need to like kind of tweak how you spend your time or invest your time. I hope that makes sense. And you said your name is Shaista. Excellent. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. If we do get to 20,000 subscribers here pretty soon, which I think we will, I'm going to be giving away 2 free personal readings based on 2 TV trivia questions. And it'll be in a live stream like this. So keep your eyes peeled for when I hit 20,000. And of course, I hope that you are able to subscribe to make that happen just a little bit faster, right? All right, I'll see you on the next reading. Toodles.